Hello, Great members. Russ Krachun here, and I would like to share with you some kind of ideas how using my hands in hand communication program. Because you follow my education, and some students staying and learning in hand communication how to communicate with horse, with horsemanship rope and halter, and what kind of benefit educator we're going to get from education, how to apply proper cues, and how horse actually understand our hands. So idea, it's very important what I said right now, our hands. Because idea was behind when I truly started to develop my horsemanship methods, and learning through these years, I really have a lot of thoughts how to call this level from foundation programs, the second level after discover philosophy methodology round pen. Because a lot of time we're using lunging, and in our brain, because from 200 or 300 years we're saying lunging, and we just imagine right away, we have image in front of us, horse running around the circle, and human have a whip and connect to in the circle, and a human educator have a whip and connect with horse with halter and rope. So communication actually coming from the physical energy of the whip, not through our hands. And I really start to thought and think why Western people, and I love Western history, even I born in Ukraine, and I think I love so much heritage of the cowboys, and I think my previous life, that's where actually who I was. So I start to ask myself why they're using horsemanship rope, why they're not using whip halter, why they're using horsemanship halter, why they don't have a steel snap here, why the rope so heavy and so well made. I start to ask these questions, and yes, I've been in many clinics, and I went to many different horsemen, and some methods I really love, and I read different books, and some methods I hate, and it's not make sense to me. Most of the time, when methods involve harsh education, pressure, and release, then I right away have tons of the question why, and etc. So then when I start to develop my methods and think truly how I can take these methods from the round pen education, transfer to in-hand communication, why I have to use these tools, why they have to be so heavy, why they don't have to have buckles, why they're so heavy ropes. And after I realized, just pay attention on the halter. That's communication, that's feel communication from the horseman hands to the horse face. It's mean to the horse brain. It's mean to the horse physics. So I can bring her to this door, to this corner, and said, please, look at this corner. Continue travel. If you're afraid this corner, we can walk away from this corner and practice changing direction. We're not concentrating on this corner, we're concentrating on changing directions. Anytime, wherever I go, you have to change direction with me. And I'm gonna say, okay, let's go, come closer a little bit to this corner and see if he can handle this. And if she can, then we're gonna walk away from this corner. Right here, till final, let's just give you an example. Till final, I'm gonna bring her to this corner. And I said, are you ready to go and work on this corner? Or are you still afraid of this corner? She wants to change direction. I said, no. Right here. She speed up and she afraid, I go all the way back again. I overstep her emotions and we're gonna go all the way back. So she will understand that's possible to pass there and that's not gonna hurt. So anything what we're gonna put here, chains, nuts, severe rawhide or etc., whatever severe halter we create, we're not communicating through our hands. We're communicating from the pressure, release, it means surviving instinct, it means fear. I'm gonna create pressure on your nose, I'm gonna squeeze, I'm gonna press, I'm gonna pull, I'm gonna shake, so you will step away from the pressure. And you know from my philosophy and my methods, I don't believe on the pressure and release, because pressure and release, again, I come back and I explain, it's a surviving instinct in particular moment, and surviving instinct cannot develop muscle memory, cannot develop mental and physical ability. It's just not possible. Only, I come back and explain again, only physical exercise will develop horse or human mental and physical abilities and any performance movement. Yes, when you educate the horses or human in a sport, because riding it is a sport. Trail riding is sport, riding arena it's a sport, start calls it's a sport. Anything what we're doing with horses it's a sport because it involves physical work. If we have bad times and we have a good times. And when my coach educated me when I was in performance sport, I cry, I laugh, I smile, I hate it, but I always come back and I become reserve champion, junior of my country, because I was very disciplined and I love what I'm doing. And it was sport, hard work, but was a lot of frustration till I got physically and mentally, till I got to this point. Exactly the same with horses. It's not because I'm gonna pull hard and you have to pick up the right, or I'm gonna shake the rope, so you're gonna have a pain in my chin and you're gonna step back and I'm gonna release their hand. Because reality, if I'm gonna wiggle just rope like this, some horse is gonna stay as a statue, they're not gonna move. That's why we're shaking very, very hard till horse gonna step back. But again, it's not a point what I wanna across. It's just I explain why I hold this in hand communication. And I've been asked by my True Grit members, just say, Russ, please can you show how to use your hands, explain reason behind, because again, when you show the methods, it's a virtual education. I have members who follow me, they're asking me, Russ, please show us very close your hands, how you're using rope, because we're struggling and we want to learn proper way, we don't want to make mistake with our horses, and etc. So pay attention. So horse, first of all, I'm gonna share with you just very simple cue. Travel consistent and consistent to the left and to the right. So if we accomplish, again, if we just gonna put horse in a halter, in the middle arena or in a round pen and start to point and clock, horse will never go nowhere. So that's why first of all we educate horse in the discovered philosophy methodology round pen to understand actually travel on the walk, trot and lope, body language, voice command and end. I'm gonna ask you to travel forward motion and I'm gonna stop and face her and we're gonna truly start to right here. You pay attention to your hind leg, how she stopped, it's unbelievable. So right now I actually teach horse, going to teach horse to control emotion when I ask you to stay still. Travel and this speed that I ask you to travel, don't change direction. When I apply loud sounds, please travel forward motion. So again, if I don't teach you to travel with voice command, body energy, and my presence and body language, she will, when I'm gonna apply loud sounds or whip, she will even travel much faster. So in reality, I'm taking confidence in this. Very nice, baby. Right here, Beautiful work. Stay still, relax, body language, voice command, energy. Then horse understands travel forward motion. Then we transfer to in-hand communication. Why I'm saying this? Because if we not accomplish previous education, that's will never gonna work. I don't care what kind of hands you have, what kind of energy. Horse mentally will not gonna understand that. So pay everything what I'm gonna show you right now, most of the time, pay attention both in my hands. I'm gonna talk about my fingers, in my hands, in my shoulders, in my wrist, in my knees, in my position, but pay attention on the movement of the rope. All the time, halter move, it's mean signal already was sent. In-hand communication, in-hand communication. Signal already was sent to the animal. He already know something's gonna happen. Consistency, that's very important what I'm gonna say right now. Consistency of the cues. That's critical, important before you sending any cue. Discipline of the cues. That's critical important here or under saddle or anything what we're doing with horses. So say for example, if my horse already know how to travel forward in the round pen and I transfer to in-hand communication, I say travel, that's not our sequence of the cues. Horse mentally not understand cue after cue. It's just a big pancake, big ball of the cues, like a big snowball. Let's go. Horse don't have time also mentally to absorb the cue, think what horseman asks him to do, and perform for you. That's why when you send this, and horse not travel forward motion, next go in that. Travel forward motion. That's pressure. So a lot of time when I teach my students in the round pen, I teach them without the horses. And I teach them, first of all, pay attention on the halter. First of all, forward motion. Horse understand. That's a walk, that's a trot, that's a lope. But we're not going to talk about this today. We're just going to talk about the cues with my hands. So first of all, say for example, that's a travel forward motion. Pay attention in the halter. That's a cue. You will gonna see ears gonna go up, forward towards you, something's gonna happen. Now he's gonna think. And you have to give him time to understand what you want from him. If you not understand this, then we're going to the voice command. Each speed have their own voice command. Again, sequence of the voice and discipline of the cues. So at walk, trot, and lope. And a lot of times we're making mistake. That's a precision when we educate the horse. You have to learn to be very disciplined with your cues if you want to have a nice, relaxed horse mentally enough to transfer the physics. So first of all, point. Horse not going. Then we're going with our voice command. If not, horse not going, then we're leaning forward. If we want to go this direction, we're leaning with our shoulders. We're putting our weight on our knees, and we're going to say travel. It's like a baseball bat. Just energy, sending forward. Like you play baseball, sending forward. If horse not going forward, then we're stepping forward and apply more energy. But again, we have to finish previous education in the round pen. If it's going to be that easy, absolutely not. And you can see when I educate a slash and in-hand communication, sometimes he's pulling back, sometimes he change direction, because it's education. You want a little bit for a horse, more and more and more. And you will gonna have this time when horse gonna start to fall apart. When horse that mistake, what we doing? We're releasing horse from the physical education. Absolutely releasing. We don't let horse continue fighting with us because physics already in the wrong position. Mental abilities already in the wrong position. It's not point to continue continue educate the horse, come back to the previous education and start all over again. So my hand, pay attention how I'm holding my rope. Very loose. A lot of times we're holding like this rope, just holding like that. So same like I'm holding reins, my leather reins when I'm riding. It's just hanging between my pinky and these 3 fingers, just like this, like a hook. You see my arm open. He feel that. Okay, but now I'm gonna grab this harder. He already feel that. It's much more energy involved on this rope. It's mean I'm sending my adrenaline. Doesn't matter what you're gonna do with your horse and me or anybody else. When horse gonna start to get frustrated, your energy gonna go rise up, and you cannot control that. That's not possible, because any time in our life when something happens and we are frustrated, our energy go whoop, and we're falling apart. So we have to learn how to control and be very disciplined with our cues, and that's how we're reducing our energy. So first of all, my rope very, very relaxed right here in the left hand, because we're working to the right. If I'm gonna go to the right, then my hand gonna be relaxed. Pay attention on my wrist. They're not stiff as a board. They're very soft and relaxed. Your shoulders relax. All your presence towards the animal relax. That's your energy. That's your communication. Horse have amazing sense of the energy of the movements. Horse can read you before you even know it. So now I'm gonna say, pay attention again, the halter. Now I'm gonna say, please travel forward motion. So my hand slide. Why I'm sliding from my hand, not here, and ask him travel forward motion? Because I have room for this pre-cue. Boom. Please travel forward motion. That's my hand. Again, travel forward motion. Forward motion, travel with me. And horse gonna start to travel forward motion. So again, do not hold your rope just like that, stiff as a board. Nice and loose in your hand. Very nice and soft and relaxed. And you can play with your rope just like this. Again, I teach all my clients and my students from True Grit Memory. First of all, I give to one student halter holding their hands, and one student I give the rope. And he feel all cues from this student. If he don't feel the cues and he don't feel proper, or she don't feel proper cue, this horse, it's mean my student never gonna move, never gonna perform. So that's how this student or this student understand the actual cues and feelings of the cue. Consistency. That's going to be much easier to apply on the horse after. Okay? So again, I'm going to explain this a little bit. You know, I was professional fencer, and the first year before I took the saber in my hand, it was 1 year of education. How to hold proper way handle, how to hold proper way my wrist, my elbow, my shoulder, lean my torso, and become a very balanced and coordinated. And after coach give me saber and we start to practice. So it's to become a horseman, it's require a lot of hard daily work and practice with a lot of horses or without the horses. It's not a gimmick, it's not a game. It's a very hard work daily. Okay, and when you're gonna spend all this time and you're gonna put effort and invest time on yourself, then after it's become very easy and you're gonna start to enjoy, because you put so much education on your skills. So again, I'm gonna slide, pay attention, point. You don't have to raise your hand that high. Everything my elbow, you see, I said, please go, signal. I send a signal. Pay attention how I'm staying to the right. So I'm saying, please go this direction, please go this direction, please go this direction, please go this direction. Okay? Just like this, just like that. Till horse gonna learn that. So you have to have a sequence of the methods. So first of all, travel forward motion. First of all, travel forward motion. If horse not understand that, excuse me. When you apply the voice command, it's very important increase also your energy. So your torso go a little bit forward. So you graduate, excuse me, you graduate your energy. Same like you teach your horse from the walk to trot. Energy, 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 pick up the speed. That's how you teach a young colt to lope. Walk, trot, 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 lope. You know, just squeeze and lope because you're going to be backed off. Okay? So exactly the same here. So you have to graduate energy. First of all, pick up. Third cue, you stepping towards the animal. You increase your energy. You put all your presence to the shoulders. Please move away. That's very important. How we educating horses, that's with rope. So again, slide, that's pre-cue, pay attention on the halter. Halter moving, so it's mean that's a cue. You have to travel forward motion. That's why we're using that heavy rope, because that's amazing signal. So it's not just nylon, soft, light rope. Why we don't have steel buckle here? Because we don't want to damage horse chin. If this is going to swing, it's not going to damage horse chin. It's very, very important. And in the same time, if horse going to pull back, that will never going to break. They're always going to be very consistent. We can put a leather piece right here. You can find online, they're actually selling them. Connectors to the halter. If horse pull very hard, so it's a breakaway. This leather you can break and horse safe, and you not damage your hands. Okay. So again, first of all, slide. That's a first cue. Slide. That's your first cue. Slide. That's your first cue. Second cue, lean forward. Third cue, travel forward motion. Okay. Again, you have to have a lot of presence, a lot of energy. It might not going to happen immediately, but it's very important to first of all, accomplish round pen education. So horse truly understand what does it mean your hand, what does it mean your voice command, and what does it mean your energy. If you not accomplish that, that's what I show you right now. That's will never going to work. So that's just video right now for you how to use the rope, what kind of halter you use, what kind of rope you use for the forward motion, and let horse travel forward motion with your cue of your hand, in-hand communication, with your energy voice command, and your presence to move away horse from all these cues, and how to be very, very consistent. So when you develop this very well, and you have to have a time, first of point, even horse not going to go forward right away. Don't get upset and frustrated. It will gonna happen. Just have a patience. When you develop your skills, then education is gonna happen. When your skills very poor, education gonna be very poor. And it's nothing wrong with that. Okay? And I'm all the time advance my skills and advance my skills also. In some skills I'm very good, in some skills I'm very bad. And I still continue learning, and I still continue improving myself. So don't get frustrated and think that's not gonna work. It's not gonna happen overnight. You need to put good effort and good time on your education. All right, so just follow the sequence and education will happen between you and your horse.